Halloween always felt like my mom's Super Bowl. She was one of those people who went all out. Fog machines, strobe lights, life-size skeletons, the works. Our house sat at the corner of Maplewood Drive, and every year she'd say the same thing. Corners get the most foot traffic, Lucas. We have to make it count. That year, Halloween landed on a Saturday, the perfect storm. Kids were out early, the weather was gray and windy, and the air carried that sweet rot of fallen leaves. But by late afternoon, barely anyone showed up. My mom couldn't handle it. She said it was because we didn't have enough spirit this year. I told her maybe it was because of the weather, the dark clouds rolling in, the smell of rain, but she wasn't hearing it. "Go up to the attic and bring down the rest of the decorations," she said. Our attic hatch was right above the hallway. I pulled the cord, the ladder creaked down, and I climbed up into the dim space. Dust floated in the air like tiny ghosts. We had rows of labeled plastic bins: Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween. I found the last 2 Halloween containers tucked in the far corner. As I pulled one out, I heard a sound, a faint creak, like wood bending under weight. At first, I thought it was just the house settling, but the sound came again, closer this time. Something brushing lightly against the insulation. I froze, then shook it off. It's an attic, Lucas. Mice, raccoons, whatever. I pushed the bin toward the ladder, lowered it down, and climbed after it. By the time I got back downstairs, Mom was setting up her pumpkin lights outside. The sky had turned darker, the wind had picked up. A few kids showed up, grabbed candy, and left. Later that night, the rain came. Thunder rolled in, shaking the windows. I was in my room, gaming on my laptop, when I heard it again, that faint crack from above my ceiling. Right above me, right where the attic was. I paused the game and stared up. I told myself it was nothing, again, but a weird chill sat in my stomach. Hours passed. My parents went to bed. Around 2 a.m., I was still awake, the storm still raging, when I heard slow, deliberate footsteps above my room. Not creaks this time, actual footsteps. I muted my game, listened. There it was again. 1, 2, 3, then silence. I tiptoed into the hallway. The attic hatch was open. The ladder hung down halfway. My heart froze. I started toward my parents' room when I heard something else, the fridge opening downstairs. I could hear someone rummaging through it. My brain struggled to make sense of it. Was Mom getting a midnight snack? No, she never ate this late. I quietly cracked open my parents' door. Both of them were asleep. That's when my body went cold. If they were both asleep, who was in the kitchen? I shook my dad awake. He blinked, disoriented, until I whispered, "Dad, someone's in the house." He got up immediately, grabbed the metal baton from under the bed, and crept to the hall. When he came back, his face was pale. "He's going into the attic," he whispered. We locked the bedroom door and called 911. We sat there in total silence, listening to the faint thumps above us. Minutes felt like hours. Finally, the police arrived. They entered quietly, guns drawn. What they found still haunts me. A man, dirty, thin, barefoot, crouched behind the bins in the far corner of the attic. He looked almost relieved to be caught. He told the cops he saw our front door open yesterday while we were outside setting decorations and decided to sleep there. He had dragged one of our blankets up and found a jar of peanut butter. He had been living above my room the entire day and night while we were downstairs. That night, after the police left, I lay awake staring at the ceiling, unable to shake one thought. If I hadn't gone up for those decorations, would he have come down instead?
When I was 18, I threw a Halloween party at my parents' house while they were away for the weekend. They trusted me, a mistake they'd only make once. About 40 people showed up. I had my buddy Liam DJing, lights set up, snacks, drinks, the works. The energy was perfect. People laughed, danced, and the house was buzzing with that wild teenage freedom. Around 9 p.m., my friend Aaron came outside and said, "Hey, who's that dude in the skeleton costume snooping around your kitchen?" I frowned. What skeleton costume? I hadn't seen anyone dressed like that. I went inside. Sure enough, there were people talking, drinking, but one guy stood out. Tall, built, wearing a full black and white skeleton suit with the mask on. He was walking down the stairs slowly, not like a drunk partier, but deliberately. I stepped toward him. "Hey man, who invited you?" He turned his head toward me, but said nothing. When I asked again, he said in a deep, calm voice, "Tom." I didn't know a Tom. I told him to take off the mask, and he didn't move. He just stared, then brushed past me and walked out the front door. Everyone thought it was weird, but eventually we brushed it off. Just some random crashers, right? The party went on till around midnight. People started leaving, except a few close friends who stayed to clean up. My sister Emily, who was 14, had been asleep upstairs all night. By 1 a.m., everyone was gone except my best friend Liam, who crashed on the couch. We were watching videos on TV when we heard something upstairs. Footsteps. Slow. Measured. I thought it was my sister going to the bathroom, but when I checked her room, she was asleep. That's when I noticed my parents' bedroom door slightly open. I was sure I'd closed it before the party. I gently pushed it open, and through the sliver of light from the hall, I saw him. The skeleton costume, standing in the far corner of the room, perfectly still, just watching. I froze. Every hair on my body stood up. He tilted his head slightly, the mask's hollow eyes reflecting the light. I backed away slowly, shut the door quietly, and ran downstairs. "Liam, he's in the house." He grabbed his phone, called 911, and we woke up Emily. We sneaked out through the back door into the yard, then cut to the neighbor's house. By the time the cops arrived, the guy was gone. But my parents' safe was pried open, their window unlocked, the carpet marked with footprints. The police never caught him. Weeks later, my mom found the mask, stuffed behind a vent in their bedroom wall.
I was 15 the year it happened, my last year trick-or-treating. Halloween fell on a crisp Sunday evening, the kind where the trees burned orange and the air smelled like wood smoke. The night before, my two best friends, Carter and Jason, slept over. We'd turned my newly finished basement into our hangout spot. It had a long, narrow hallway leading down to the man cave. The light switch for the hallway was busted, making it feel darker than it should have been. We decided to watch Paranormal Activity for the first time. Halfway through the movie, the backyard motion light kept turning on, 3 times in a row. Each time, we'd pause the movie, look outside, and see nothing. Later that night, everyone fell asleep except me. The motion light flicked on again. This time, I checked the window. Still nothing. The next night, Halloween itself, I went trick-or-treating with my girlfriend, Hannah. We'd just finished our last few houses when she suddenly yelped. Someone had thrown a rock at her. Standing at the end of the street, beneath a flickering lamppost, was a man in a clown mask. He didn't move, didn't wave, just stared. We walked away fast, thinking it was some weirdo pulling a prank, but the way he stood there, frozen, angled toward us, it didn't feel like a prank. Later that night, Hannah and I were in my basement watching the same movie when the lights suddenly went out. No storm, no wind, just pitch black. I checked the fuse box. Nothing. Then I remembered the generator outside. I grabbed Hannah's hand and opened the back door. The motion light didn't come on. We stepped out into the cold, quiet backyard. Just crickets. Then a snap, like a twig breaking. We turned toward the tree line. He was there. The same clown from earlier, half hidden behind my shed, just standing there, his white mask glowing faintly in the dark. Then he charged. We sprinted back inside, slammed the door, but I forgot to lock it. A loud bang echoed through the house seconds later. Hannah and I hid behind the bar in the basement. I could hear his footsteps upstairs. Then the basement door opened. Slow, creaking steps down the hallway. My girlfriend was breathing too loud. I covered her mouth. The steps grew closer. Then, sirens outside. The clown froze. In a rush of adrenaline, I jumped up, grabbed a beer bottle, and swung. Missed. Fell hard. He looked down at me. Those empty, painted eyes staring right into mine. Then he turned and ran. The police searched for him, but found nothing. To this day, I still can't go into that basement at night. Every time I walk by the shed, I swear I see a white mask watching from the trees.